What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, to the Clan of the Dragon. We are getting ready to ride the Red Dragon, it looks like. There were some rumblings. We had some green dragon rumblings, but sadly, it might have just been a fart. That might have been all it was. Because looking at this thing right now, we might be giving it back. We might be quickly giving it back. And I did say, that there was some bullish hope. The most bullish thing, and it's a pretty significant thing, even though it's just one thing, it's pretty significant, is that you closed 6 weeks in the overbought zone. You're starting to look like you want to bounce out of this here. Yes, right now the RSI is pointed down and we are out of the overbought zone, but we've been here a few times in the past 3 weeks, right? So could it come back up? It's totally possible. We still have 5 days and 20 hours left in this week, so I wouldn't get too excited if I was bearish, though I am bearish, and I guess I'm a little bit more excited to see it go down than to go up, right? Again, I'm not too excited because we haven't really had anything that we haven't seen over the past few weeks happening right now, right? It's the same old stuff. We're going up, we're going down, we're going up, we're going down. We have a big green candle, and then we have some red candles afterwards. We get a big red candle, and then we get some green ones afterwards, We don't have hidden bearish divergence at the moment. We are, to be fair, we did kind of top off a little bit higher, but still I'd say overall kind of in this range where we've topped off before. Let's see if there's anything else. Not really. Doesn't really compare to anything else that we've experienced recently, which is fine. Whatever. Again, looking at this RSI, I think I just pulled it up, but looking at this RSI, top to bottom here, we tipped the 382. Generally, this kind of action, whenever you see this kind of stuff, there's like one of two things that you're going to do. With fibs, you really like to see this kind of stair stepping structure where you come up, you come down, you come up, you come down, you come up, you come down, like that, where you're every line you break, you find support on it afterwards. And we have not done that. We went up, we tested this, we came down, we found support here. We went up, we tested this, and we did not find support on the 236. We're actually now going below it. So this is not encouraging. And generally, whenever you get a move overall, and you move up to the 382 and you move down, this is actually very classic whenever you see continuation, especially immediate continuation. This is a very classic kind of maneuver to pull off in the fibs. For anybody learning fibs out there, look for that. Anytime you're going up or down and you want to see continuation, finding support or resistance on the 382 tends to give you that's like all you get, and then you continue to go down further. Are there a lot of times, isn't it even common, that you could go up to the 618 or deeper even, and then continue going down? Yeah, sure. But I feel like it's a fairly common thing to see, and just the way that it's acting, it didn't even come up and hug it. It just straight rejected it the only time that we got up in this area. It would really not surprise me. And I mean, beyond that, you guys, I've maintained my bearish position throughout this whole thing. I've given bullish hope at times, right? Little bit of hope here, but I've still maintained that my overall bias is to the downside, and I would expect that this is going to promote a move that is lower than this. Probably a move that is based off of this shorter term fib extension, which from like bottom to top here, yeah, something like this. We probably go to the 1618 or the 1272. Let's see what we did last time, actually. We went from the bottom here to the top here. We went to the 1272. So could we go to the 1272 here at around 222? Could we go lower? Yeah, it's possible. This is a small enough fib extension or fib retracement that we could see deeper extensions into the twos even. And ultimately, I do expect us to go down there. But we'll see. Time will tell. At any given point in time, things can change. And I'm prepared to admit whenever things have changed, but nothing has been convincing yet. Even this, beyond the fact that it's a rejection off the 382, you can draw a line from up here, right, from top down, kind of like that. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's better if I just connect it there. You can see that we're in this descending lower high. We've got lower lows. We just had a lower high. What's to come next? Likely a lower low. And does it maintain this structure? Does it have to bottom at this line? Those are pretty parallel to each other, not going to lie. but it doesn't have to. It could break below it. And just because it breaks below it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. No, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You know, it's just, these are just imaginary lines that we're drawing right now in hopes that we see respect on them, you know. And at the moment we are on the top, and at the moment we don't know on the bottom. This is only 2 iterations. So this line might even be too far down. Maybe it's more up like this, you know, something like that. But, you know, time will tell. I really do think that we're going to go lower. I think the ultimate price targets that I've had for a while now are in between $135 to $185. And yes, I'm aware that's a big range, but Bitcoin Cash is not always the most predictable thing. I think the most predictable thing about Bitcoin Cash is it is volatile. Anytime it comes up, it likes to come down. Anytime it comes down, it likes to come up, you know. So it's anything but a straight line. And this is the most docile drop we've ever seen in Bitcoin Cash's history. I'm serious. You can go back in time and look for any other drop. I don't mean by percentage wise. I just mean by like the fact that it has been now 5 weeks. We're in our 5th week, and we haven't had a sizable move that we normally see with this kind of bullish price action. We haven't seen the 40% move to the downside that we normally see, which is kind of odd. But again, guys, I made my prediction as to why that might be. I kind of, you know, came to the conclusion that maybe it's because we were in the overbought zone, and that every time that we've been in the overbought zone and we came out, that's whenever we saw our move. So maybe when we finally get a week that closes below here, maybe we're all the way on our way to our big move right now. We don't even need the week to close. Maybe we're going to close our week on the big move week. Maybe. I don't know. But regardless, I do expect that when we have a week that closes out of this, that's when we're going to start to see things gearing up to the downside. Same old stuff. You know, let's look at the 1 hour and just see if there's anything that disagrees or agrees, confirms with what I'm saying. I did tell you guys in my last video that the price areas to watch would have been around, like, I think I said 258. I'm not 100. I think I said 250. Let me go to the 4 hour. Maybe I said 256. I forget. I wanted to see like a 4 hour close above that, or a 1 hour. Maybe I said 258. I forget. But I know that the bottom I said, what was it? What was it here? What word was it? I think it was this one here. Yeah, it was like 250.17. That's right. I said if we close an hour or a 4 hour below 250.17, we're probably gonna go lower. That'll be our bearish resolve, and we'll prove this as kind of like a bull trap, which I think it is. I do think this is a bull trap indeed. And I only say that because like it looks like one, but also, you know, I got a lot of bullish comments. I didn't get them here. I definitely did not get them here. I didn't even get him here. I got him right here, and even after the fact. That's where all the bullish comments came in. Got a lot of bullish comments over here too. Got a lot of them over here, you know, and that's how I feel like, you know, just further proving that this could be a bull trap. People get excited when it's going up. I think a lot of people do want to see this go up, man. And I would, you know, even though I'm out of it, I would love to see everybody make money and for it to go up as well. But just being realistic with myself and what I know about Bitcoin Cash, I would be surprised if and I've said this time and time again throughout the whole time that we've been in this range, but from bottom to top, I would be surprised personally if this was the deepest retracement we got. This would be in Bitcoin Cash's history. It's a very short history, mind you, but in its history, it's never had a retracement that didn't go at least to like this area, you know, just above the 382 there, which would be right around $210. And most of the time, and that was only once that happened, one time in its history. Every other time, it's gone at least that same kind of distance, but above the 0.5, if not lower. So I would genuinely expect us to go below $180. We don't have to, but you know, and things might look different by the time we get down there. We might react with the price differently. If it goes to 180 and it was to bounce up from there, you know, I might get one of my buy orders hit, and then, you know, I'll probably have to buy more up around $200, but I would rather do that. I would genuinely rather, and this is the kind of like the mentality that I have, I would rather watch this thing come down and bounce all the way back up in an hour, in a day, see this kind of price action with volume following through, and get back to this. I would feel much more comfortable buying up here if we did something like that than I do right now, where we haven't had a sizable retracement at all for what this thing normally likes to do. And again, what it normally likes to do is something that's at least to either of these white lines, but I would really say at least to this one here, this second one right here, if not lower. So again, just to kind of clarify, I think that Bitcoin Cash is going to go lower. I do think that we see a move that takes us below $200, probably around 185 to 135, and that is a big range, but you know, it's hard to kind of guess. And yeah, I don't. Let me see. 1 hour time frame. RSI does look bad. You look like you're in a downtrend, right? Nice lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows. Sorry. You did just get into the oversold zone. I would expect that this is not the end of your down move. Maybe you come up and then you pursue prices lower. Volume's picking up as you're moving down. And I say it's picking up, but not dramatically. You know, I mean, things could change quickly. Just as they change from the upside to the downside, we could see it from the downside to the upside. We haven't done anything convincing yet. You know, I feel like I'm just repeating myself for when we were in this range. We haven't done any convincing things yet. This was our kind of more convincing move, but really what was convincing was closing below this, and that's where we got our final flush down. When we have a 4 hour that closes below about what is that? 239.42. That would, to me, suggest that we are probably going to go below these lows here. But ultimately, I guess the closing low that you'd want to see is below 233.55. If we can get a 4 hour that closes below that, we are, in my opinion, very certainly going to go around the 382 area of this larger overall fib, which would take us right around $200. If not lower. And just because I say it's going to take us there, again, that's not where I expect us to top off or bottom off at. We very likely could, just with the way that price has been acting, we could come down to the 382 at 190, or maybe at 190. Maybe we go a little bit below, whatever, around 200, and then come back up to the 236 around the current prices we are now, and then still make our way down lower. You know, it's hard to say. We haven't done it yet, so let's just keep an eye on this thing and keep focusing on it and see where it takes us. On the 4 hour, not a whole lot to really go off of. Not really. Not a bearish or a bullish RSI, kind of neutral still. It's been neutral this whole time, and look at that, we're in this very neutral looking range. So looking for resolve. And as we've been doing that, this long-term RSI is making inches closer to the 50 here. I think if we get a cross on the 50 on this long-term RSI, that will solidify this move to the downside that I've been looking for. Maybe that's what's holding us up. Maybe it's the fact that we on the weekly have been in the overbought zone. I don't know what's holding us up at this point. Everybody has their own predictions, and you could all be right, you could all be wrong. It could just be coincidence. I don't know. I think that we're being held up because we had the strongest move in Bitcoin Cash's history, and we're just having a hard time giving it back. Pair that with the fact that Bitcoin itself has not made its move convincingly to the downside yet. Although I think, oh wow, whoa, okay, it's starting, it's happening. All right, that's cool. It's starting to become a little bit more convincing. But look at that, you're bouncing off the 123. Maybe I'll have to make a video on Bitcoin today too. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Bitcoin Cash. I didn't know that it went below 29K. That's news to me. But maybe that's why we're seeing some of this red stuff. That would imply, right, that BCH to BTC is green, right? No, it's red. Okay, so it is losing more. Whatever, that's okay. I don't know if I have anything else I want to add to this, guys. I think I've said all I need to say. I'm not tooting my horn one way or another, you know. Like I wasn't really too worried about this here. The only thing that had me worried was this weekly close on the RSI. But there's a lot of bearish things going on too. But for this being the one like bullish thing, this is a pretty significant bullish thing. Like not gonna deny that it is definitely significant. But we haven't, to be fair, had the bounce yet. We just kind of stalled. It looked like we were gonna have a bounce, but then we just shit out. But we do still have 5 days, 20 hours left in this week. That's a lot of time for this thing to come back. The last 2 weeks we literally did that, right? So if we continue to close higher than here, if this week actually turns around and it looks green and we do get a bounce, looking like we're having a bounce off of this could actually be a very bullish case indeed. But again, that's why I'm not tooting my horn to the downside. I'm definitely not tooting it to the upside yet. My overall bias is to the downside. And until we get some more resolution, we're just dragging riders, dragging ass, man. And oh, before I go, I got something else, right? I know maybe like a few weeks ago, I showed my video talking about, I got the Grand Master pipe here. It's made out of cherry wood, right? I was showing this guy off. I really dig this thing, man. It's like the Bilbo Baggins pipe in The Hobbit, you know. Top of the morning to you. All right, okay. So I really like that pipe a lot. Got the stand for it and everything, actually, but I got this pipe too. It's like the little brother to it. It's made out of pear wood, and it's called what is it? It's called the Ent or Entwood. Entwood. It's called Entwood, and yeah, made out of pear wood. I don't know. I wanted to get this one first. I went to the Renaissance Festival, and that's where I got these things. Second time I've ever been to a Renaissance Festival. It's really fun. If you guys haven't done it, I really recommend it. If you have done it, Why didn't you tell me to do this before, guys? I've been living my whole life without this magnificent event. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. That's a little bit of goofy stuff, not TA related at all. But I got my 2 pipes. I got my Grandmaster in its nice stand there, and I got my Entwood in its brass stand there. So I don't know. I like to collect pipes, guys, and these are my first 2 wooden pipes that I have, and I'm very proud of them. Very, very proud of them. So if you like the video, beyond the pipes, if you like the TA and everything, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.